Hello, welcome to Wilderness Review, hosted by yours truly, Braxton Evans. In this segment of the podcast, I'll be talking about the Adirondacks, what it is, and what makes it possible, and who makes it possible. Adirondacks is a New York preserve, which is pretty much a state park, and that means that it's protected and maintained by New York State, and it has been since 1892. And was protected by the Forever Wild Act, as stated in Article 14 of the New York State Constitution, and which states the land will never be owned by any corporation, public or private, and be kept as wild forest lands. The Adirondack spans over 6 million acres. 4.8 are managed by the DEC, which stands for Department of Environmental Conservation. Division of Land and Forests, and 3 million acres are considered preserves, which are protected by the Forever Wild Act. As of last year, the park is almost evenly split between private and preserved land. Private meaning owned by a corporation or a single owner, protected by the state. The second segment of this podcast will be about the topography and geography of the Adirondacks. Just to give you an idea of the grandness of the Adirondacks, its topography and mass overshadows that of Yellowstone, Yosemite, the Grand Canyon, and all of the Glacier National Parks combined. Because it's so huge, it's segmented into 10 different areas, similar to how a country has states in America, each of them unique and providing their own type of adventure, which is pretty cool. Springtime in the Adirondacks with Braxton Evans. As the winter pursues, ever delayed, you might think the cold will never end, but then the warmer hits your face. Spring peepers sing their songs, similar to a chorus of jingle bells. When you finally hear their songs ring out, you know that spring has arrived. Along with the appearance of spotted salamanders with yellow spots, warding off predators but luring curious explorers and passersby, spring in the Adirondacks has arrived. Sports such as whitewater rafting and kayaking emerge around this time, and even with the boats on the water, the scenic and calming essence of the surrounding landscapes is still not lost. The birds chirp, the water flows, life is made simple for one rafting trip, or at least until the whitewaters are back. Plein air painting, or painting in the outdoors, in this case the Adirondacks, has been a source to many great paintings. In spring, with colors and life teeming, bright greens, reflections on still water, the glare of the spring sun. It was only a matter of time before people recognized this beauty, the beauty of the Adirondacks. And since 1820, artists have been coming to the Adirondacks as an escape from the overwhelming cities and other products of industrialization, especially in 1820. And paintings such as Schroon Lake by artist Thomas Cole were one of the first paintings to capture the beauty available in the Adirondacks. Painted from afar, the focus of the pictures is seemingly little cabin set in the middle of the scene, but down the road a picturesque waterfall with a structure on top, unclear, but the true focus is the backdrop. Schroon Lake to the right of the painting, with morning mist developing over top the lake and the looming mountains with the early stages of clouds forming, slightly obscuring the mountain. If you were to look at this painting, it's pretty clear why people came to the Adirondacks after seeing it. Its brilliance is really unrivaled, and Thomas Cole is a brilliant painter, and it really does show in this painting, Schroon Lake. Some other notable painters are August Nelson Moore, that's his full name, with his Lake George, Sanford Guilford's A Twilight in the Adirondacks, The Great Adirondack Pass, painted on the spot by Charles Ingham, which he painted to promote settlement in the Adirondacks, and it worked. And Playing Fish and Two Guides by Winslow Homer, Schroon Mountain by Thomas Cole was not only a statement against the ongoing deforestation, which was created by the new settlers that were coming, possibly as a result of Thomas Cole's paintings, but his goal with this painting was also to show the beauty of the Adirondacks and why preservation was so important and why it still is so important. Preservation of this beautiful space and to save it for future generations. These all went to show the value of the Adirondacks and why preservation was important. All of these paintings. Okay, Paul, see if your mic works.
Testing? Yep.
Yup, I'm here with Paul Ferratella on the Wilderness Review podcast. Today, we're going to ask some questions about the Adirondacks.
Cool.
This should also be an ASMR podcast. Okay, Paul. So, when's the first time you've been to the Adirondacks?
Probably when I was like, I think when I was like 10.
And who did you go with?
My mom, dad, and brother.
You on your first trip?
Our first trip, we just stayed up there and like visited, and just walked around like the Adirondacks.
Visited?
Yeah.
Does that mean you have like relatives in the Adirondacks?
Well, visited the town.
What town did you visit?
It was Lake Placid.
Lake Placid?
Mhm. That's where they held one of the Olympics.
Oh, sweet. Do you follow the Olympics a lot?
Yeah, I've been to 2 places.
Is that why you went to Lake Placid?
The first time. We've gone there twice.
What'd you do on the second trip?
We skied there, yeah.
What'd you ski?
We skied Gore Mountain and Whiteface Mountain.
What's that like? What's skiing on the Adirondacks?
Well, Whiteface, very icy. It's called Iceface. That's its nickname. So it was icy. It was hard. And then Gore, I really liked Gore. I thought Gore was like one of the most fun mountains.
So Whiteface was the icy mountain?
Whiteface was icy, but it was really fun.
And icy is more difficult than...
Icy makes it more difficult, yeah.
Yeah. Is that because of its slippery?
It's like you slip on it and like you can't really carve as much easier.
What is carving for our viewers, our
It's
listeners that don't know?
So say you have your ski, right? Say it's flat. It's when you tip it and the tip goes into the snow, and that's what help you turn. And the sharper the curve is, the better carving.
So like turning on the angles or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And what'd you do after that?
Well, we went to Whiteface for 3 days and Gore for 1 day.
Did you camp there, or do you have like a cabin?
We stayed at a hotel and we visited Lake Placid.
Are there nice hotels?
There are nice
hotels. Is it
hotels.
on the mountain, or is it?
It's like really close to the mountain, but if we wanted to, we could have stayed on the mountain.
Is it at the bottom of the mountain? Or?
It's at the bottom. Whiteface is actually the highest skiable peak in all of the Northeast. So.
How long does it take to get up there? How do you get up there?
We would drive up there, and then we'd get on a lift, and then you take multiple lifts if you wanted to get to the very top.
Okay. And my next question. What else is there to do in the Adirondacks?
You can climb, you can ski, and they have, since Lake Placid, it's really big, so you can like take out a boat there. 1 year we went there and we swam in Lake Placid.
Oh yeah, who'd you go with?
My family again.
Cousins or just close friends?
Just close family.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Hmm?
What time? Summer?
Yeah, we went summer and then we went winter, so we got to see both sides.
Winter?
Yeah.
Is it still snowy in the Adirondacks if like it's summer?
Maybe up high, but I don't know, because we didn't go up there.
Like on Whiteface, probably, right?
Maybe.
Because it's
up high,
the tallest mountain northeast.
I don't know, though.
Or
highest skiable.
America.
It's highest skiable.
I see. Are there a lot of people that ski Whiteface and Gore?
Yeah, we went over President's Week, so it was pretty busy, but it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, so, say you're stranded in the Adirondacks. Well, let's say Lake Placid, but it's before any development, and there's no people or anyone nearby. What 5 things would you bring to Lake Placid or the Adirondacks?
To get off the mountain?
To survive.
Water. Food. Probably like a med kit. Some skis so you can ski down.
Ski Lake Placid?
We'll ski down the mountain.
Is the mountain by Lake Placid? Which one?
It
Whiteface?
is. Well, there's a bunch of mountains. Like the Adirondacks is, like Lake Placid is like is inside the Adirondacks.
Yeah.
So.
What mountain's closest to Lake Placid then?
I think Whiteface.
Whiteface?
Yeah.
Fifth item? Wait, it would be your fifth, right?
Yeah, because water, food, medkit, skis, warmth, like probably like blankets and like coats, stuff like that.
Does it get cold there?
Yeah, especially when you're up high. Like it got hot during the day, like really, because the sun was beating down on us. But once you got higher, it was so windy, it was crazy. So.
That sounds really fun. What else is there to do in the Adirondacks?
You visit the Olympic Village, so like where all the people were, where all the Olympians were that were competing. So we went to the mountain, that's where they raced some, and then we went to the village, which is where they had the speed skating, they had bobsled, stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Does your entire family ski in the Adirondacks?
Yeah, my brother, my mom, and dad do. They all do, and me.
Do you go there often, like every year or so? Or is it more like
It's more like every couple years.
every 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay, and have you ever done anything else besides skiing in the Adirondacks?
No, I think we mainly go skiing there.
So, next time you go to the Adirondacks, like besides skiing, maybe a new mountain, what would you like to do?
Maybe climb.
Climb?
Yeah.
Do you have any climbers in your family?
I do, my dad and my mom.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Have they climbed anything huge? Have they climbed the Adirondacks before?
I don't know. I think my dad has. I don't know about my mom.
Who would you bring?
Probably my dad, because he knows more about it.
So your dad would act as the guide to climbing.
Yeah. But we'd also get a regular guy, because he doesn't know everything.
Do you have any mountain faces or routes, climbing routes that you have in mind, like specifically to climb?
No, not really.
Okay. Would you bring any friends?
You. And Kai.
Kai Huddleston?
Yes.
Who goes to our local high school at CPPHS.
Yeah.
Wow. What time did you think about going? Summer?
For climbing, summer.
Summer? What about ice climbing? Have you ever considered that?
See, I'm just worried about falling, because I know I'd fall and the rope. I don't know. That seems scary, but it would. I'd like to try it. When we were actually going up to drive to the Adirondacks, we saw people ice climbing. So.
Wow, that must be really cool.
Yeah.
Did you know them, or was it just?
No, just random people we saw on the on sides of the mountains, just ice climbing. It's pretty cool.
What's there to eat in the Adirondacks? Did you just go to a restaurant?
Yeah, we just went to normal restaurants.
Are there any good restaurants that you have to recommend the viewers?
Not really. There's this one good pizza place, but
Is it?
it's right next.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is a really good Italian place right on side, right next to Lake Placid. That I don't remember what it's called, but if you do get time, go there.
Okay. Well, I think that about wraps up our time. We have to go. This might be a little short, but I will ask Miss Plate and see what it is. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Signing out. Thank you for listening to the Wilderness Review Podcast with Paul Ferratella.
Woo! Woo!
And just when you thought it was over, no. Review game! What is the Adirondacks? A. A New York preserve. B. State park. C. National park. Or D. National state park. Now, only two of these answers are correct, so pick very carefully. I'll give you time to think. Okay. The correct answers are A and B. If you chose A and B, give a round of applause for yourself. Question number 2. How long has the Adirondacks been a preserve? A, 1792. B, 1892. C, 1992. Or D, 1692. I'll give you time to think. The correct answer is B. What is the Adirondacks protected by? A, the Forever Wild Act, B, the Conserve and Protect Act, C, the People of New York, or D, the Agreement of Apollo. The correct answer is A. How big is the Adirondacks? A, 4.9 million acres, B, 7 million acres, or C, 6 million acres. There's also D, 8.4 million acres. Give you time to think. If you said B, then you're wrong. The answer was C. It's okay. What does DEC stand for? Think. Okay, time's up. The DEC stands for Department of Environmental Conservation. If you got that right, then you were listening to my podcast, and I'm proud of you. Okay, 6. How much of the Adirondacks are a preserve? A, 3 million acres, B, 6 million acres, C, 4.8 million acres, or D, 7 million acres. I'll give you time to think. Okay, the correct answer was A, 3 million acres. 7. What do spring peepers sound like? A, birds, B, leaves, C, bells, or D, people. Give you time to think. Okay, if you remember correctly, I said that spring peepers sound like bells. And you might be thinking, what are spring peepers? Spring peepers are actually frogs. I bet you didn't expect that. You probably thought they were birds. No, they are frogs. Frogs in your local creek in the Adirondacks, yep. Frogs are the sign of spring in the Adirondacks. Fun fact. Okay, 8. What should you do if you see a spotted salamander in the Adirondacks? A, lick it. B, touch it all over. C, put it in your pocket. Or D, leave it alone because it's poisonous. The correct answer is D. Question number 9. Are you keeping track? Because I am. What is plein air painting? A, painting in the outdoors. B, dangerous. C, a federal offense. Or D, a form of kayaking. Give you time to think. Okay, so plein air painting is actually French for painting in the outdoors. A was the correct answer. Moving on to question 10. Who painted Schroon Lake? A, Thomas Cole. B, August Nelson Moore. C, Charles Ingham. Or D, Winslow Homer. I'll give you time to think. Okay, the correct answer is A, Thomas Cole. Okay. Question number 12. Where did Paul visit? A, Lake Placid. A, Lake Placid. B, Schroon Lake. C, the Gunks. D, the slums. I'll give you time to think. Okay, the correct answer was, in fact, A, Lake Placid. Okay, question number 12. Why did Paul visit the Adirondacks? Now this one's a doozy. Was it A, for the Olympics, B, climbing, C, hiking, D, family, or E, all of the above? Give you time to think. So, when Paul first visited the Adirondacks, it was in fact for the Olympics, Answer or choice number A. Letter A. Excuse me. Choice letter A. Okay. Where did Paul ski on his second visit? I'll give you 10 seconds to think. Yep, no multiple choice on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Time is up. Paul, in fact, skied at Whiteface, but if you said Mount Gore, you were also correct because he skied there as well. What is Whiteface Mountain's nickname? A. Ice Face, B. Gore Mountain, C. Death's Door, or D. Natafrost, which is a metal band, but it could also be the correct answer. Give you time to think. The correct answer is A. Ice Face. If you got that right, give yourself a pat on the back. And that concludes the Wilderness Review Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Braxton Evans. Thank you so much for listening, listener. And I'll see you in episode 2 and 3. Goodbye.